Originally, I am an osteopath. So after my degree, I studied a lot of other things related to the connection among body, mind, and spirit. And I was always fascinated about this connection. So I
Hmm.
kept studying a lot. And in 2017, I came across a kind of a kind of new vision of medicine that's called the German New Medicine, or the five biological laws
Oh.
that are very important, very impressive. And
Oh.
I took a 2 years training in German New Medicine, and that explains exactly how what happens in our life triggers a specific area in our brain that triggers a specific area in our body. So after studying 2 years of all these beautiful things, I knew everything. So if someone came to me, oh, I have this allergy, I have this problem in my skin, on my skin, I have this, I was able to explain, okay, did you meet your mother, and you had a conflict with her 2 weeks ago, and the person told me, oh my God, how do you know that? And
Mm.
my ego was very happy to tell, oh, I studied a lot. But the big problem then was, okay, when the person I was talking to was asking, okay, what can we do? And I
Mm.
said, I don't know. I know
Right.
everything about the cause and all the connection, but I did not know how to help this person to overcome and to solve this problem, how
Mm.
to make peace with this event, how to change perception of this event, and consequently change the biology. So I think that divine intervention came to help me, and one medical doctor who was attending this training with me gifted me the Bruce Lipton's book, The Biology of Belief. I
Mm.
read it in one day. At the end, I saw PSYCH-K, and oh my God, this is what I need. This is what I need. I was thinking, okay, I need that to help other people.
Mm.
I discovered that I had so many things that I first had to work with myself.
Mm.
Self-esteem issues,
Okay.
relationship issues,
Yeah.
and a lot of things, because I also discovered that I became an osteopath because of my low self-esteem, because I needed my clients, my patients, to tell me how good I was. And when they were telling me this, I existed.
Hmm.
But if just out of 10 clients I had every day, just one was telling me, oh, nothing changed, or I'm even worse, I felt immediately into depression. So it
Mm.
was really a huge issue of self-esteem, and PSYCH-K helped me tremendously. And these are just some of the areas that I have been able to work with PSYCH-K, and I keep working, even if differently now. With PSYCH-K, many people think that PSYCH-K can help us to just solve our problems, and this is true.
Hmm.
But also, even if we do not have a problem, but we have a goal we want to reach, PSYCH-K is fabulous for that. And the
Hmm.
more you use PSYCH-K, the more you clean all the aspects that do not allow you to be your true self. And
Hmm.
the more you use PSYCH-K not to solve any more problems, but to reach your goals.
Yeah.
And in my experience now, my main goal is my full self-realization, and remembering more and more every single day that I am, and we all are, spiritual beings having a human experience. I think that after reading Bruce's book was Bruce's honesty and love. So I knew, something inside me knew, that this was a very powerful methodology.
Hmm.
And also, I fell in love because of PSYCH-K's simplicity. I have been all my life a very complicated person, also for my low self-esteem. So I wanted to complicate everything to appear more intelligent,
Hmm.
until then I realized, okay, if I complicate my life, I'm not so intelligent. If I simplify my life, I'm way more intelligent in the way in a global way, because the PSYCH-K process is very simple, but in the background, to make it simple, it's very, very complex. It's a process that our conscious mind cannot fully understand what happens behind the curtains, but this doesn't matter, because the part of PSYCH-K that we use is simple, effective, and it works. But it's not like many techniques that tell you, oh, use this technique and you will get what you want, always over-promise, under-deliver. I'm really tired about all this stuff. Is that with PSYCH-K, people get always what they need. That sometimes is exactly what they want, other times is something different. Because our ego, our personality may want a lot of things that may not be good for us.
Yeah.
But our wisdom, our inner wisdom, that in PSYCH-K is called superconscious, that works in strict collaboration with the subconscious mind, perfectly knows what is safe and appropriate for us, perfectly knows what we really need. Okay, so and that's also the beauty of PSYCH-K. That's the uniqueness of PSYCH-K is in the permission protocol that's embedded in every PSYCH-K process. That's called PSYCH-K balance. If you think about the approach of every kind of medicine, allopathic medicine, official medicine, alternative medicine, the overall approach of all these kind of these medicines is, okay, there is a symptom, there is a condition, there is an illness. Let's fight this illness. Let's destroy this illness, okay? Because we think we know better than Mother Nature, than our biology, how to deal with this illness. And the only solution is to destroy it. In PSYCH-K, we are very careful with that. So what if this condition that we call illness, instead of being an enemy, is a messenger for me that's trying to tell me something very important?
Yeah.
And if I kill the messenger before getting the message, it's pretty dangerous, because if the messenger has to share with me something very important and I kill the messenger, like we do with nearly every kind of medicine, I lose the opportunity to get the message and to grow. And also what happens very frequently, when we kill the messenger, that's the health condition, without getting the message first, the messenger comes back even in a stronger and more severe way. That's what we see very frequently in the health field. And with PSYCH-K, this is impossible, because we do not kill the messenger, but through the permission protocol and through a specific protocol in PSYCH-K in which we can get the specific messages, we can first check if working with this condition is safe and appropriate. We can ask the messenger, please tell me what's in it for me. What do I need to learn so that I don't need you anymore in my life and you can go. Okay? We do not pretend to be better than Mother Nature or our beautiful biology, because we just are curious about the condition, and it's so beautiful, so safe, and so simple. These are the things that the reasons why I fell in love with PSYCH-K, and why end of 2013, I also decided to stop my osteopathic practice that was super successful. So everybody was telling me, you are crazy, okay? But my soul was screaming and was telling me, yeah, okay, I wanted to dedicate all my life to PSYCH-K, and I'm very happy with that.
What is one wow experience that stands out for you personally?
Before knowing PSYCH-K, I had relationships with in long-term relationships with women, but at certain point, I was able to create such a mess and painful experience that the woman I was with and me as well, we couldn't stay anymore in this craziness and in this pain, in these sufferings. And I was keep doing them, even if my relationships were pretty long, a few years, but at the end, they ended exactly in the same way.
Pattern.
through PSYCH-K, I understood that I had a huge secondary gain regarding relationships. The secondary gain is an advantage in keeping a problem. So the advantage that we have when we maintain the problem in our life. So for me, Lars, freedom is the most important concept in my life. Freedom. Okay, freedom. I'm Aquarius, like signs, so air, freedom, freedom, freedom. And at the subconscious level, I had the belief that if I would have had a long-term relationship, if I would have had married and had a family, okay, I would have lost my freedom. And for me, freedom is number one. So yes, I gave myself the opportunity to have a relationship that was beautiful for a certain time, but then my subconscious started to create conflicts and mess and destruction to protect me and to help me to maintain my freedom. But I was never able to see that before knowing PSYCH-K and the secondary gain. So with PSYCH-K, I transformed my perception and I integrated the belief that it was possible for me to be even more free in a long-term and stable relationship. Then I found my wife, we are married, we are happy. I'm not destroying anymore. We give each other so many insights, and it's such a beautiful way to live the relationship. And this for me was really life-changing because it was exhausting, this pattern of destroying relationships. Another one that's very personal about always relationships. If you think it's everything in life is a relationship with my parents. I love my parents. For me, they are the best parents I could have desired in my life. And like every son, I had my conflict with my parents. And when I talked with my mother or my father, some anxiousness, some conflict, some things that were some things that were triggering me and letting me suffer were always coming up. And I was able to really deeply transform the relationship with my parents and to be able, when I am with them, to really enjoy them and not to suffer and not to go back every time to the painful moments that created those conflicts. We have a relationship with our job. We have a relationship with money. We have a relationship with our body. We have a relationship with our house. We have a relationship with our boss. So if you think about working in the business environment, relationships are everything. And in PSYCH-K, we are able to, there is a specific also process that's called relationship balance. That's through that we are able to detect all the weak points in a relationship and to transform them into assets, into skills, into strong points, so that we can grow from that. And I cannot imagine something more powerful and beautiful than that. So that's why I'm so in love with PSYCH-K. PSYCH-K is not a substitute of the official medical treatments. So it can be a beautiful complement to the official medicine, but it's not a substitute. But as my background is really deeply related to health, the majority of the people who contact me for health-related problems, from very little ones like allergies to more severe ones like cancer, for example. Okay, and we approach this So they do what they need to do from the official point of view, so surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
But we work from the belief point of view, all the traumatic event, all the patterns that have created and maintained that condition. And I just worked with a woman who had breast cancer, okay? And she already decided to go through surgery. The surgery went very well. We did a beautiful session about that. But something was happening also on the other breast. And she was really afraid because, okay, I was prepared about my left breast, but something is happening in the right one. I don't want that. Please, let's do something. Yeah. So we did a session. And she did everything also from the medical point of view. Again, it's not a substitute, it's a complement. Yeah. But after the session, a couple of days after, she checked again the right breast and it was completely clean. And then the surgery for the left one was perfect. The medical doctors were really very surprised on how smooth everything was, okay? And all the exams were perfect. So the deep work that we can do with our mind, in a wise way. So again, with the wisdom of our superconscious, inner wisdom, whatever we want to call it, and the power of our subconscious affecting our biology, is really it's really impressive, and it's so important. The combination of different healing arts, I think it's the best one for the person. But first, check what the messenger has to tell you. Then, if you need to do something on the physical level, more the biological level, please go on. But never, ever underestimate, never, ever avoid to check with the messenger. That's so important. Also, it's important to understand that energy psychology is one thing. Psych-K is really something else. In some way, because Rob Williams, who is the originator of Psych-K, also defines Psych-K as a kind of applied spirituality. What does it mean? That through Psych-K, we are able to access our inner wisdom, get the information from our inner wisdom about what we really need in our life, then transform this goal in a language that's understood by our subconscious mind, and tell our subconscious to integrate this goal forever in our life in a safe and effective way. And the whole process that I just described takes just a few minutes. Beliefs affect every single aspect of our life. So it's beliefs are about the perception that we have about ourselves. Beliefs affect how we perceive other people, how we perceive the environment around us. And so 10 people can perceive the same event in 10 different ways according to their different belief systems. That's the point, okay? So someone is really willing to change. And also maybe this person has tried many things also from the conscious mind with like positive thinking or just meditation, but saw a little result, but not long lasting and not with big changes. Yeah, I think that really Psych-K can help a lot. And why? Because it can really affect every single area of our life. If we talk about a business person, we think that, okay, this business person needs to work only about money, about projects, about timing, about effectiveness. No, because this business person is also a father of some children. Maybe he has a wife who is problematic or a wife who is not healthy. Maybe his parents have problems with him. Maybe he has a health problem. All these things, every single aspect of this business person that's affecting his personal life is also affecting his business life.
Yeah.
That's the
The
point.
same,
So
the same, of
it's
course, for a woman.
same, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's even worse for these poor women who have to do way more thing than men, because okay, I have to take care of my children, I have to take care maybe of the house, school, and then go to work and do that. It's so many things
Yeah.
that are running using programs that could be very also limiting programs,
Mhm.
and that are finally affecting the business area. But I have worked with some business people to help them to overcome some situations in their business. And I have to tell you that 90% of the times, the underlying problem was not at all related to the business. It was related to the relationship with the father, relationship with the mother, relationship with authority, stress, but stress not related to overdoing. The beauty of PSYCH-K is that when we have a situation in our life, with our family, with our health, with our job, with our spiritual growth, we consider everything that's related to that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a linear, limited process, but it's a really circular process. We check everything that's related to that. We move from self-help, so helping and supporting and serving ourselves, to self-realization. That's helping others. But we cannot help others if we first have not have helped ourselves. It's like when you are in an airplane and they explain you the emergency the emergency situation. They tell you, please put your mask first and then help others. It's exactly the same. Okay, we cannot pretend to help others if we first do not work with ourselves. That's the point. So use PSYCH-K first with yourself, and then you will naturally move towards supporting and helping others and society, like you are doing. A beautiful way to experience PSYCH-K is through sessions, and sessions can be done in person or online. We all may have a beautiful book we are very passionate about, okay? And in this book, there is so much wisdom. It could be the Indian Bhagavad Gita, the Buddha, a great speaker or a leader. Perfect. We have this book, and we have read this book tons of time, and we have underlined, and every time we read this book we are super excited, but every time we close this book we are exactly the same, because when we read a book we are at the conscious level. And with PSYCH-K, you would be able to extract the key concept of this book, integrate these concepts in your subconscious mind, and be the book. That's the point.
I love that.
That's the from reading the book and be always the same person to be the wisdom of the book and be a living example in your day-to-day life with people, with nature, with your environment of what's written in that book.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just talking, but no doing. And PSYCH-K is change and do. It is about changing and action.
It's not just about knowledge, pretty much.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wow, Duccio, that was amazing. Hey, thank you so much for sharing all this. This was very, very insightful. Thank you for being such a great ambassador for the organization and bringing all you do and all your background into it. And we can see that you're very passionate about.
Thank you.
PSYCH-K.
Thank you, Lars, for what you do as well for your passion and for your desire to serve. So to be for sure like everybody in your self-help path, but already in the self-realization as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise you wouldn't do what you're doing now. So it's thank you. We need a lot of people like you.